Okay, so here we are. Good evening on this beautiful spring evening. And how are you? How are you? This is so strange now to be assessing how you are based on the conversations that I have with some of you during the week and also my own experience. And what I found this week was that in the attempt to try to retain some sense of normalcy, which this guy would like to continue to do, I found that I'm overthinking a lot. I'm attempting to solve problems that I don't have answers for. Kind of like, you know that Rodin sculpture where he's got his head in his hands and he's all kneeled over like that, where it's kind of like a banging my head up against the wall, that if I just keep looking, if I keep searching, somehow the answers will come in regards to how we move forward. And obviously, because we're yoga practitioners, we know that we know that what we often do is the very thing that if we did the opposite, we might find some relief. And the opposite in that case would be trust. It would be trust, and it would be faith, and it would be letting go. And I'd like to dedicate our practice this evening to a bit of that. And I think if we could begin lying back, that would be wonderful. Some of you have friends and dogs apparently with you. I say if you're able to be close with people, that's a great idea. Be close with people, but make enough space on your mat. Okay? So lying back, please. And let's just make ourselves comfortable here. And just feel how the ground is supporting you. Isn't this a beautiful thing? That the ground supports us. And we notice that as we breathe, there's this infinitesimal dropping that's occurring in the body. And sometimes we have to ask parts of our body to relax into the downward flow. And we close our eyes and we feel into the body this evening, just taking note. Sometimes we do this in child's pose, right? Taking note of the day and generally what's happening in there. What's happening in the body? What are the general concerns in the mind? And we take it all into account. And we notice the breath. And we notice that on our back, we can feel the breath move into the back of the lungs. And the breath almost widens along the back, like we're just very gently spreading wings back there. And we draw the knees into the chest and we wrap the arms around the legs. And we pause and feel in. And I want to read us a poem that I think is relevant to our evening flow quest. Everyone wants you to quietly be Atlas, to shoulder it all. Even the voice in your head insists you are behind. But I've seen the light in you, the one the gods finger while we sleep. I've seen the blossom open in your heart, no matter what remains to be done. There are never enough hours to satisfy the minions of want. So close your eyes and lean into the oneness that asks nothing of you. When the calls stack, answer to no one, though you receive them all. Just open your beautiful hands, born with nothing in them. You have never been more complete than in this complete moment. So we send the right arm up over the head and we roll to one side. We gradually make our way up onto hands and knees, please. Good, and then let's spread the fingers wide apart. And inhale, let's lengthen the front spine. Exhale, rounding. And inhale, lengthening. Exhale, rounding. And 3 more at your own pace. Filling the body. Exhale, empty the body. And again. And last one, be sure to let the head and the neck release. Good, come back to neutral spine for a moment. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog with the knees bent. Let's just walk back and forth a little bit. Lengthening the back of the legs. Good, and then bend both knees and send your hips up and back, up and back. I know that a whole bunch of you have got dogs with you, so emulate your dog if you've got one. You know what this movement looks like. And then slowly settle in, letting the inside and the outside of the heels draw downward toward the floor. We inhale, exhale, knees bend, look past your hands and step forward between your hands. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we fold. Let the head and neck release. In fact, let's grasp the elbows. Head and neck soft. We're just emptying out here. Emptying out. And anything that we're holding on to tight, we become aware of. We've talked a little bit lately about how that awareness itself illuminates. What are we holding on to? And just draw our inner eye to that which we're holding on to. The neck softens, the face softens. And then one vertebrae at a time. Take your time appreciating each vertebrae as you go. And come to mountain pose, standing at the top of your mat. Let the back body soften downward. Feel loose in the hands and the fingers, like you've got taffy hanging from the ends of the fingers. Let's inhale, send the arms up. And exhale, folding forward, out and down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, palms down, step back to plank pose and take a moment in your plank, pushing back through your heels, strong legs, and feel strong back. Separate the shoulder blades. Take a look at your very empty hands. We inhale, exhale, knees down, chest, and whole torso down. Point your toes back behind you. Press your feet into the floor. Inhale, breath to the top of the lungs. And exhale, slowly lower. Let's do that 2 more times. Barely use the arms. Inhale, lift up. Pull the mat just a little bit, and exhale, slowly lower. One more time, inhaling. Exhale, releasing. Good, now scoop your belly way up into your spine, draw back through child's pose. 2, downward facing dog. Long, steady breath. And inhale, exhale, bend your knees, look past your hands, step or float forward. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we fold. Head and neck release. Push the ground away. Inhale, rise all the way up. Good, draw your feet together, keep your arms lifted, interlace your fingers, look up, index fingers point up, inhale. Exhale, extend to your right. Drawing the breath all up and down the left side of the body. And inhale, we rise. Exhale, come to the other side, squeezing the legs together. And inhale, rise back up. Exhale, fold forward, out, and down. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, palms down, step back to plank, take one breath in plank. Inhale. Exhale, either knees and torso down or slowly lower down if you do that. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. If you know upward dog, exhale back over the toes. Downward dog. 3 breaths here. Just listening to the breath. Just placing our awareness in one place right now, it's the breath. Beautiful. Now we inhale. Exhale, knees do bend. Look past the hands. Step or float forward between the hands. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, we rise all the way up. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, bend your knees. Take your right arm under your left arm and draw the palms together. Squeeze the arms together. And then come onto the left big toe. So your right foot is quite anchored. And cross left leg around right leg. And you can play with lifting the arms up here a little bit if you want to feel some lengthening around the shoulder blades. The spine is long like mountain pose. And the gaze is steady. Then we inhale, open out, open your wings. Exhale, left foot down. Good, and then take the arms up again, inhale. Exhale, cross the other way. So left arm under right. Right big toe gets light on the floor. Right leg lifts, we cross. We squeeze it all to center, to midline. And we focus the gaze. We focus the gaze on right now. Good, then inhale, open wings. Exhale, fold forward, out and down right here. Good, inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, palms down, step back. Lower through the way you do. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhaling back. Just let the neck loosen, just a little no thank you with the head and neck. As you take the front of your thigh bones and push them up and back to create some space in the spine. And then sweep the right leg up and back behind you. Come up onto the ball of the left foot.
And push the ball of the right foot away. Inhale. Exhale, right thigh to rib cage. And then place your foot between your hands. And pause here for a moment. Just push back through your left heel. And you might decide to take the arms up, sending them up, rooting back and through the ball of the left foot. And you choose for yourself, either push back through your left heel a lot or be right up on the ball of the foot. Navel draws to spine. And then with your right hand, take your left wrist, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, extend over to your right just a little bit. Get aware of the inner thighs drawing together, the sense of opening out, and at the same time being right there rooted at the midline. And inhale, exhale, hands back down to the floor, right leg back, either downward dog or take a vinyasa, as we say. Customizing the practice. You know how we love to customize the practice. Make it your own. And left leg lifts up. Come up onto the ball of the right foot. Push back through the left leg. Lengthen the armpits. So that means drawing your hips way up. Feel the inner thighs drawing in toward each other a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. Thigh to rib cage. Foot lands lightly between the hands. Now check it out. Push either back through your heel or onto the ball of the right foot. And then slowly we rise. Good, so there's a little multitasking going on here, in so much that we're very aware of the back leg and we're observing the breath at the same time. And we might take the right wrist with the left hand, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, slowly extend to your left as you push deeply back into the ball of the right foot. Feel the ground. We feel the ground beneath us. The great support of the ground. Good. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Left leg back or lower through. And we all meet in downward dog. Just listening to the sound of our own breath. So always some place to focus. And when we're not consciously focusing, the mind goes to interesting places by default. One of the great gifts of this practice is to be able to focus the mind. And so right now we're focusing the mind on the breath. Inhale. Exhale, knees bend, look past your hands, step or float forward. And inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, fold, release head and neck. Inhale, push the ground away, rise all the way up. Exhale, release the arms. Okay, so today we're doing a lot of focusing on the breath, and we're also doing some balance work. So last week we did tree pose. There's not really a class that we don't do tree pose. So you could get to a wall if you need a wall, or right foot to the inner ankle, or the calf, or the thigh. We'll take the arms up when we're ready. And we notice the pelvis that's like a bowl. Yes, we always say that, don't we? Able to hold water. And then we feel how the breath can widen the rib cage. And we notice that the breath is probably a little quieter because we're concentrating on being here. And we turn into, I'm hoping you've been out for a walk and you've seen what's happening with the trees. The opening, the blossoming. That is happening in us too. The great mystery. We inhale, exhale, right arm lands lightly. And we might try to inhale, lengthen, exhale, extend to your right just a little bit. See if you could open out the left side of the body. Feeling the root of the foot. Watching the breath. And being a tree. Inhale, we rise back up. Exhale, slowly release. Come to mountain pose for a moment. Close the eyes, feel your feet root. Feel the pelvic bowl holding. Draw your awareness down into your body, either navel or heart area. And feel just a little bit of movement that is managing to keep you standing here balanced, how the body is conspiring to keep you balanced. And then open the eyes, root into your right foot. Left leg turns out, anywhere along the leg except the knee, please. Squeeze to midline. Extend the arms when you're ready. Aware of all the bits. So it is so that when the mind is overworking, we're not hearing from the rest of the body. So in this practice, we're very interested in listening. Lower navel area, heart. Good. Going on, if you wish, we inhale, exhale, left arm slowly releases down, right arm extends. And maybe there's a little bit of opening along the right side. Feel your midline grow. Don't have to go very far here at all. Good, then inhale, slowly rise back up. And exhale, releasing. Pause in mountain again. Feel into the feet. If the legs are holding tension, just soften, relax. Just feel the flow of breath move through the body. Beautiful. Now bend your knees a little bit. Take your feet hip width apart. Open your eyes if you haven't done that yet. And breath of joy. We go like this. One more. Nice. Just let the arms shake. Keep the knees bent. We can just turn and twist a little bit. And tapping, a little bit of tapping the areas of the body that could use a little extra attention. The kidneys, the lungs, the heart, the liver, the spleen. Nice. All right, so let's return to the top of the mat. We'll link a few things together now. Inhale, chair. Bend the knees, fingers graze the floor, rising up. Exhale, fold forward, out, and down. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, step or float back, lower through, or meet in downward dog. Inhale. Exhaling back. Sweep the right leg up and back behind you, coming up onto the ball of the left foot. Exhale, right foot forward between the hands. Good. Inhale, slowly rise up. Rooting back through the back leg. Inhale here. Exhale, the arms come down, the right arm under the left arm, palms draw together if they can, otherwise palms at the shoulders. Swoop forward, left leg comes around, right leg squeeze, and turn yourself into an eagle. One pointed focus. Beautiful. Inhale, we open out. Exhale, left leg draws back behind us. Inhale, sweep the heart up toward the sky. Exhale, palms to the ground. Right leg extends up and back. Stack the hips, bend the knee, point the toes. Take a look at the foot. Inhale, exhale, the right foot slowly lowers. Pause in downward dog or come forward, take a vinyasa. Watching the breath, like watching the tide. The left leg lifts up, back behind us, come up onto the ball of the foot. Inhale, exhale, thigh to rib cage, foot lands lightly. Inhale, we rise. Good, sinking down here, we inhale. Exhale, left arm under right, come forward. Right leg stacks over left, crossing, squeezing to midline. Pausing as if this is all there is, right here. Total focus. Good, inhale, we open the arms out. Exhale, right foot returns. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands down, left leg back to downward dog or lower through. Good, slowly come to child's pose, knees down, and resting in. Resting into your child's pose. Pausing and feeling here. Yeah, feeling the heart area. Notice how we can do that. We can simply turn our conscious awareness to different places in the body. Lower navel. And legs. And we feel inside all those places. They make up us, all working together to form our idea of who we are. Our very limited notion of who we are, but nonetheless, such intelligence. Such intelligence to be gleaned by listening. And 2 more breaths right here. Good, and then slowly rise up onto hands and knees. And would you take your left leg back behind you and send your left arm upward? So a whole bunch of extension outward in this posture, but at the same time, as much goes out as draws into midline. Some of you might want a little more, drawing the right shoulder blade away and lifting the right knee off the ground a little bit. Good, then we might take the left leg off and you can push out through your left heel. And we might bend the left knee, so you can stop anywhere along the way. One of my colleagues, who I love, Noelle Clark, she says bus stops. There are bus stops along the way. Bend the knee, you can reach back, find the ankle if you wish, and open out. And set your gaze, and see how still the body can become here. And see how quiet the mind can become here. And then inhale, we open. Exhale, left hand down, left knee down. Good. We prepare for the other side now. Take the right leg back. Good. Put the foot down on the ground. Stack the hips. Send the right arm up like you're drawing a bow. Feel the shoulder blades retreat down the back. Going on, you can tuck your left toes under or keep the front of the foot on the floor. Maybe you lift the right leg up. And notice that equal extension out and drawing in at the same time. And then maybe bend the knee, find the ankle, extend and open. Set your gaze. Watch the breath course through the body. Silent backdrop. How still can the body become? Inhaling, we open back out. Exhale, slowly releasing. And let's come down onto our belly.